Hello guys, and welcome. Just a quick video to talk about the HTC Vive and a few specifics over that. Now, there's been quite a few videos on this, and there's been a lot of news regarding virtual reality this year. I just wanted to go over some specifics from my point of view. So, the first question is, what is the HTC Vive? HTC Vive is an upcoming virtual reality headset being developed by HTC and in partnership with Valve Corporation. Now, we all know who HTC is. HTC is the company behind mobile phones. They've developed mobile phones for the last, I think, 10, 15 years. So it could be actually longer than that. I don't know exactly. I'm just giving a specific rough estimate. And Valve is the big players in the gaming market who own Steam, the platform which we potentially a lot of us buy our games off, and they've been the developers of Team Fortress 2, Team Fortress. Also, you've got they handle Counter-Strike now, when that was first a mod, and now it's obviously Counter-Strike Go and all that kind of stuff. And on top of that, they've Dota 2. So this headset is designed to utilise room-scale technology to turn a room into a 3D space via sensors with a virtual world, allowing the user to navigate naturally with the ability to walk around, use motion-tracked handheld controllers to vividly manipulate objects, interact with precision, communicate and experience immersive environments. So when you put that headset on your head, you'll be able to then put yourself into the game. And it doesn't have specifically to be a game. It could be maybe later down the line a movie, a story, maybe just one of those interactive documentaries you could be able to go across. I don't see it specifically just labelled at gaming itself, but that's what it's aimed at first. I think a lot of people, that's what, when you think of VR technology, you think, ooh, gaming. I don't know why, it's just the way people work. And for me, it's one of those ones, what would it be like to actually be there without having to put yourself in a certain situation? So what would it like to be playing maybe Battlefield 4? That's just going to be one of the fun things about it, and I'm looking forward to when I get mine. So, this brings on to the next bit. I've actually pre-ordered the HTC Vive on March the 1st, so about 2 weeks ago now. I ordered it one day after it went live. I think it went live on the 29th of February this year, the leap year day. And I totally forgot about it. I could not believe it. I went and checked my emails a day later. I think I was busy at the time, and I looked and went, crap, I haven't actually ordered this yet. And I think within the first 15 minutes, I think it was. I don't know if it was the first day or the 15 minutes. 15,000 units had been pre-ordered. So that would explain when I finally got around to pre-ordering mine. My estimated ship date was not April, it was May. So that was one of the buggers of it. I pre-ordered it a bit too late, and then my estimated ship date got penned back. Because I think if I ordered it on the day, it would have been April. But because I ordered it over 24 hours later, it was like, yeah, May. And it could turn up anytime in May. It could be at the beginning. It could be at the end. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how this works out. But I'm looking forward to being able to do videos and show it off to you guys. And I won't be the only one. There's some big YouTubers that have already got their hands on the HTC Vive Pre. And they've been showing some demos off, but I look forward to when I finally get my hands on one as well. But the big question is, why did I pre-order a HTC Vive, especially when a lot of you know the cost of it? Well, originally when I was thinking about VR technology, I had my eyes set on Oculus Rift, and that was the that was backed a few years ago on Kickstarter for, I think, 3 years, 4 years ago now, so it's been in development quite a long time, and that was the first major player about trying to bring VR technology to the masses and be mainstream. Now, at first I thought Oculus was going to be the top-end VR headset, but then it came clear to me that as when HTC announced theirs back in, I think it was on 28th, 29th of February, that actually Oculus Rift is cheaper than the HTC Vive. The Oculus Rift, I think, is pricing out in the UK anyway, about 500 quid, 500, 600 pound, but the Oculus, or the HTC Vive is actually pricing at the 700 pound range, and it's cost me, I think, 750 quid for this. But the difference between the two is, I don't want to try and compare the products, but the Oculus doesn't come with the motion controllers to begin with. You won't receive them to begin with, they'll be coming at a later date. And for the also fact of the matter is, you will get a discount when you've done it, when you've pre-ordered them off Oculus, but we don't know how much the controls are going to be yet, and that's one of the ones where I'm thinking, well, it doesn't offer me the full experience straight away, because without the motion tracking on your hands, it's not proper virtual reality. You'd have to use your keyboard and mouse or the Xbox One controller that they're actually giving away with this as well. But But it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the HTC Vive when it comes out. You get the motion tracking, you get the motion controllers, you also get the lighthouse sensor. So as these are the two sensors you put in your room wall, and they'll actually, you then map out your room space that you want to actually walk in. You can walk around the room. Oculus seems to be more heading towards you still being sat in your chair, which I'm not saying is a bad thing, but I want the full experience. I want being able to just move around a bit, even if it's just a slight couple of steps here and there. I mean, my room isn't massive, so I won't be able to move around a lot. But I won't be able to have this full experience where I can go, yeah, this looks great. I can actually move around and feel like I'm in the game. And I think that's the way a lot of people have expressed some of the videos I've seen on YouTube as well. The experience that they've given to me, and obviously it's a bit hard to demonstrate it in a video. You have to experience it yourself, but a lot of explanations they've all given is that it really puts you in the game, and it tricks your body as well into thinking that. So in some cases, you jump yourself off a cliff. Your body, because all it can see is you jumping off a cliff, it thinks you actually are falling off a cliff, and it tries and tricks your head into thinking, oh god, I need to, and you start doing natural reactions that you wouldn't normally do when you're playing games. I mean, if you jump off a cliff in some of the games on just PC at the moment, you just like jump, and then you might just go, ah, you make a screaming noise, but that's it. You know, oh my god, I'm gonna die, and that's it. But in this general case, you see the hand actions will go up. You can actually probably see the hand actions in the game as well as you're doing it. Right, moving on. So HTC Vive specifications. It's a virtual reality headset. You get the headset that's shipped with it. You also, so the display technology is OLED, which I'm not sure what that exactly stands for. I'm not going to go into too much specifics. Again, it's going above my bloody brain threshold, that one. But the resolution, that's going to be 2160 by 1200. So that's going to be 1080 by 1200 per eye. The refresh rate is 90 Hz. The field of view for the HTC is going to be about 110 degrees. I'm going to guess you could probably switch it in game options, I'm guessing. So you might be able to go, I want it 90. But I'm guessing they want to aim towards it being specifically 110 for that reason. Because if you start messing with field of view, that's when you start whacking yourself out, especially when you look at some games and you can get right tunnel vision. I can't play games any lower than 90 field of view. I've got to have 90 at least, otherwise it just feels really weird. Some people play less than that and I look at them like going, what the hell? It also comes with 2 lighthouse or base station emitting pulsed lasers. These are tracking systems. These are what will track you where you are in the room. There's also, you need to make sure you have a video, data, and Bluetooth. Now, I don't know if it means you've got to have each specific one, or it could just mean you could have either. So it does say video, or data, or Bluetooth, so it's got the hash sign. So I'm assuming it means, well, it's got the backslash, so I'm assuming it means or. The weight of the device is about 555 grams, so it's half a kilo, or just above half a kilo. But that may change again. There's still been refinement on it all, I think, especially with compared to the HTC Vive Pre. There's still a lot around. Now, the platform, the operating system is Steam VR, running a Microsoft Windows OS X, which I think is Apple's version, and also Linux. So they are aiming for all the specifics. But I don't know if you'll be able to run this on a PS4 or anything like that, because just the requirements in general, but I'll get to that in a minute. And you also need one HDMI 1.4 connector and one USB 2 connector, and this is where the cables from the back of the headset will come in order to be able to play this. And you also get the 2 motion controllers. I don't know if I mentioned that as well. And I think they're doing actually an order at the moment. If you pre-order it, I don't know if it's still going now, but I'm just doing this video and it could be now, I don't know. You get free games. God, that's a bit of a tongue twister. Free games, yeah. That you can get with it. So that's why it's more of an incentive to pre-order as well, because you get some games to play right off the bat. Might not be the best games, but I'm not sure which ones they are. I didn't really check too much into it because I had pre-ordered by the time they come out with this offer. So we're like, oh, okay, fair enough. What is the requirements? Now, HTC Vive and Oculus both have more or less the exact same requirements. They aim at the highest end of PC gaming at the moment. Not the highest, but high enough. Looking up, my PC can actually run this. The graphics card is quite high, and also you need quite a lot of RAM, and also you need a very high processor. So what they're expecting is the requirement is you need a NVIDIA GeForce GTX 970 or a Radeon R9 290 equivalent or greater in order to be able to run this. I'm assuming smoothly. I'm guessing you could probably try running it with less, but it won't give. It'd probably give you quite. The frames per second won't be as stable and consistent as if you tried running it on something that's not like this. The CPU is an Intel i5 459 equivalent or greater, so I'm not sure what the AMD equivalent is of that. It only gives specifics to the Intel side of it, so that might take some more research to figure out what that is. It says 4 GB plus of RAM, so it's quite a meaty chunk on RAM, but the thing is saying that a lot of people these days have about 8 as standard, especially in gaming PCs anyway. I think mine has 8, but I'm going to be probably upgrading mine later in the year to have 16. You need to have compatible HDMI 1.3 video output, so I think a lot of the latest graphics cards and the general sets of I know the GTX 970 has that, so I shouldn't have to worry about that. And also you need to have one spare USB 2.0 port available to be able to plug this in, which I'm going to have a look around with mine, because I've got a lot of connectors which go through USB, so I need to make sure I've got enough. I think I do. I think I've got about 8 or 9 on my PC itself, on my desktop. And the price range is $800. Now, that is not regional Pacific, and that's not including shipping as well. I know I paid £749, I think it is, for mine, which is quite a lot of money, and this is what I think a lot of people's been getting at the moment, is thinking that's a lot to be paying just for a headset that you put on your head. But again, it's usually more expensive when you early adopt something, and this is what I think a lot of people forget. It's going to be expensive to begin with. You look at when the PS4 and the Xbox One and all that came out, they was really expensive to begin with, and then 6 months down the line they dropped by £100 or $100 or whatever it was, and you dropped massively, and then they started offering games alongside it as well. I think I bought my PS4 a year after it released, and I got 2 games with it and 2 controllers and all sorts in a bundle for like 300 quid. And it originally sold at 450, I think it was, when it first came out. And you're thinking, a year, that makes a difference. 150 quid's looking quite a lot, and you got more for it. So I think a lot of people's just jumping the gun a bit. We're going to have to just wait and see. Again, I'm looking forward to when I get my hands on it. Hopefully there's no issues and there's no problems with it. But again, with any new technology, there's bound to be niggle points here and there. But I'm guessing the amount of testing that HTC and Valve and Oculus and the guys over there has been doing, especially when they've been giving out the products to everyone, just to try it, especially quite a lot of YouTubers. I think they're trying to get rid of all the errors and the problems that could potentially show their face when you start rolling out to a mass market. It's the general saying for a lot of games as well, that usually has the same issue, and most technology. There's always a slight bunch which might have an issue. But anyway, so I'm just going to call it here for this video. If you've liked, guys, then give a thumbs up. It is appreciated. It's one of those ones where I don't usually do these kind of videos, but I thought I just wanted to talk about it and just explain that obviously I'm getting HTC Vive. I'm looking really forward to it. I can't wait to get my hands physically on the controllers and the headset itself. It's going to be fun to actually being able to record them. It's going to be interesting because I'll have to potentially invest in a webcam or something along the lines to be able to show me playing it. There's no point me showing you just the screen itself if you don't see my reactions as well. You can hear me, but you won't. It's more funny to see it as well and see how people react outside the game itself as well. And if you want to check out any videos I'm doing right now, guys, then hit the eye in the top right there, give it a little click, and it'll bring all the videos I'm doing at this moment. And if you really want to help me out, again, I'm trying to get to 200 subscribers. That's my goal at the moment. And then I've got a nice little surprise for you guys to show off. I'm not going to give away what it is, but if you get me to 200 subscribers, you can find out. But yeah, and yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you later. Bye. Oh, he's not too tough, actually. Come here, fallen soldier. Ooh, duck. Just let you come.